Then for the top lash line, I'm going to use a different brush to apply it. I'm going to use a M.A.C 263 brush. It's a synthetic angled eyeliner brush. Synthetic brushes are best to work with liquid or gel or any kind of emollient based product. And so I'm just going to line the top lash line, and I'm going to make it really thick, more on the outer edge as I'm winging it out. So just gonna kind of extend it. And I'm going to connect the lower liner to the top liner at the outer corner. Now, one thing that can be a little bit difficult when using this liner is that it dries really quickly, and so you kind of have to work fast before it dries. And especially on the brush, you might notice that it'll kind of cake up. So as you're working on one eye and then before you walk on the next eye, you may want to clean your brush on a tissue or napkin or something just to remove some of the product. Now that I have my eyeliner, I can apply the glitter, and so I'm going to use M.A.C Reflex Gold Glitter. It looks like it's kind of a white in the jar, but it's like a really pale shimmery gold color. And so I'm going to use the same brush that I applied the BB Candy Pop eyeshadow. You can just use the other side or whatever, it doesn't matter. And I dampened my brush again so that it's easier to pick up the glitter without having a lot of fallout. And so I'm just going to pat it right on top of the Candy Pop eyeshadow. Just pat it on. If you rub it, you'll get more fallout that way, and the glitter will just end up everywhere. So just pat it on, and careful not to apply it over the liner. Next, I'm going to do the highlights for the brow bone and inner corner. And for the brow bone, I'm going to use M.A.C Blanc type eyeshadow. It's a matte, kind of off-white vanilla color. And the reason I'm using a matte eyeshadow instead of like something frosty is I just want it to kind of contrast with the shimmery yellow that's on the lid. But if you want to use a frosty brow bone highlight, you can. And I'm going to use a M.A.C 239 brush to apply it, and just apply right under the brow bone. And for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to use M.A.C Flouve eyeshadow. It's a frosty off-white kind of cream color, and this eyeshadow is permanent in the M.A.C line. It's just in my limited edition M.A.C palette, and so I'm going to use the same brush as I used for the brow bone, the M.A.C 239, and just pat it on the inner corner. For the bottom waterline, I'm going to use Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes in 23L. It's a shimmery champagne color, and I'm using this liner for the waterline because I want it to kind of cover the pink that's on the waterline, and also brighten the eye a little bit. Since we using black all the way around, I don't want it to look too dark, and I want it to have a little bit of light. You can also use a shimmery white or a matte white if you want, but that will, can be a little bit too harsh looking, so this is a little bit softer. Now for the eyebrows, you could do a lighter, softer color, but I'm actually going to do a kind of darker brow just so that it really brings out all the features and makes the overall look a little bit more dramatic. So I'm going to use the same eyeshadow color that I used for the outer corner, M.A.C Charcoal Brown eyeshadow, but I'm going to dampen my brush with the M.A.C Fix Plus so the color is a little bit more intense, and so I'm just going to outline my eyebrows. Then I'm going to soften the lines and fill in the spaces. Then I'm going to set my brows with clear brow gel. Now for the false lashes, I'm actually using 3 different pairs of lashes layered together. And so the first lash is M.A.C number 3s, and then the other 2 lashes are by Miss Adoro. I got this actually at a clothing store called Jeans Warehouse. I don't know if like other states have this store or if it's just locally in Hawaii, but where you pay for your items, sometimes certain clothing stores have a little makeup basket or other like lip gloss or eyeshadow palettes or things like that. And so sometimes you can find really cheap eyelashes, and so that's where I found these. And so yeah, check out different clothing stores like Forever 21. I know I bought a pair of eyelashes from there, and just kind of look through the makeup bins and see if you can find some cheap eyelashes. And so I just basically layered them all together just to make them a little bit more dramatic. And so now I'm going to put these on. Now for the cheeks, I'm first going to contour using MAC Bronzing Powder in Bronze Pro. And I'm going to use the MAC 188 brush to apply it. And I'm just going to apply right under the cheekbones to contour and add a little bit of warmth to the face. Now for the cheek color, I'm going to use MAC Beauty Powder Blush in Sweetness. It's a matte kind of hot pink color, but I think the camera is kind of washing it out, but it's actually really bright. And so even though it's really bright, it's actually kind of sheer in coverage, so it's not going to look too overpowering on the face. And so I'm going to use my Trish McEvoy 2B Blush Brush to apply it. And so I'm just going to apply kind of over the bronzer, just a little bit, and then lightly blend it onto the apples of the cheek. I'm not going to apply too much because I don't want a doll or clown-like effect. Just want a little bit of color. Then to highlight the cheeks, I'm going to use MAC Motif eyeshadow, and it's a really unique color because it sort of has a yellow gold base, but it also has a pink shimmer on top, like a duochrome effect. And so when you apply it, it has this kind of goldish pink color. It really looks nice on the skin. And so I'm going to use the same blush brush, and instead of like the cheekbone area to highlight, I'm going to apply it more on the apples of the cheeks, just to kind of soften the pink and add a little bit of shimmer. And you can lightly blend it up onto the cheekbone. Now for the lips, I'm first going to outline and fill them in using MAC Magenta Lip Pencil. Then I'm going to lightly contour and add a little bit of depth to the lips using MAC Vino Lip Pencil. It's a kind of dark purple plum color, and I'm just going to just outline the edge of the lip and kind of lightly fade them in. Then I'm going to apply Lime Crime Countessa Flourescent lipstick all over the lip. I really like these Lime Crime lipsticks because the color is really bright, the pigment is really great, and they're also really creamy, it's not drying, very smooth when you apply them, and they just have a really great variety of colors, especially colors that you may not see in the most traditional makeup brands. Like for example, they have like a lavender, a really bright neon orange, even like a light blue color and a black, and just really interesting colors. So definitely check them out. And that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys like it. You can definitely tone down this look if you want, if this is a little bit too dramatic and colorful for you. For example, you can skip the glitter and the lower liner if it's a little bit too bold. But I think using the yellow and the glitter just adds a really nice contrast to the hot pink lip, and just makes it a lot more colorful. But you can do a more neutral eye like how I did in the Pillow Curlers hair tutorial. But yeah, I hope you guys give it a try, and thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.